We wish you an enjoyable stay.
Right, welcome to Gamesmaster's Offshore Holiday Resort, where campers need only pack a joystick, a smile and a change of underwear to enjoy a full week of premarital bliss. We've got 3 decidedly better than average challenges tonight, so let's go over to Gamesmaster for the first one.
Greetings and welcome to the Games Rig. The fog's been causing havoc out here all week, so we are lucky to have any campers on the resort at all. We get underway tonight with a jolly caper on Mickey Mouse. The first young pretender to game-playing glory will need to negotiate the second level of the first world in under 1.5 minutes. May I recommend that... Gracious, more fallout. I really must do some repairs. Off you go with the challenge, then.
Helping Mickey along in this challenge is a young man from Ross and Y. Please welcome Dominic Berzins. Now listen, Dominic, normally I'm not a big fan of shell suit bottoms, but I have to admit, yours are splendid. How long have you been kicking about in those?
Quite a while.
Well, listen, I hope you wear them for a long time to come. I think this challenge is very tough indeed. 1.5 minutes. How have you been doing in practice?
Well, the best time is 1:34.
1:34. Right, listen, the best of luck, okay? If you'd like to sit yourself down in the games playing chair, we'll get ready to start. Helping me out in my own little magic kingdom is Game Zone's Jeremy Daldry. Welcome, Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Dominic.
Now, Jeremy, Dominic's going to have a little bit of problems here. He's got to make up 4 seconds. What can you give him to help?
Well, the 2 main pieces of advice I can give Dominic, is that not to fall off the tomatoes, and that sometimes it's best to take a hit and get through quicker.
Let's hope Dominic heeds those wise words. He has 1.5 minutes to get through the level and kill the Guardian. Are you ready, Dominic?
Yep.
Best of luck, mate. Off you go. So here goes Dominic as Mickey Mouse. In the top of the screen we can see 3 hearts. That's his energy bars. When they're all gone, so is he. Very fast start from him there.
Yes, certainly is. He's got to rip through this as quick as he can.
Taking a very much an aerial route. We can see tomatoes at the side of the screen there. He's not having much to do with them though, is he?
No, sorry, he could ride on those if he wished, like some big red bus. But like most buses, they run very slowly, so it's best to avoid them.
Right, he avoided that one as well. He's zipping through here. 27 seconds gone. That's all now. He's going to watch this one. Oh my God, tomato from hell. Just missed it.
Even at this early stage, I cannot see him failing. I cannot see him failing.
Brilliant start there. 36 seconds gone. Now here comes the big
Here comes the boss. Here comes the boss.
How does he do away with this nasty piece of work?
His best bet is to do what he's doing now. Just jump on his head, predict his attack pattern, and jump on him as often as possible.
Okay, he's had 2 hits there. How many hits does it normally take?
Between 10 and 12.
Okay, then he's been going for 52 seconds.
I can't see him not doing this, Dominic.
No, he's doing very well. The only problem is he did lose a heart last time.
That's right.
He's only got 2 left. I suppose if this Barry decided to get a wee bit ferocious...
A slip of concentration, it could all be over for him.
That's right, yeah. Okay, he's had 1 minute 8 seconds, 22 seconds left.
I think the Barry's about to change the attack possession. He's going to go for some swooping attacks. There he goes.
There, but it wasn't good enough for Dominic to cause him any hassle. Now, little mutant Batties there. Oh, he's taking another hit there. He's got to be careful now.
He's got to be careful now. It could cause him some problems now.
Okay, he's only got 5 seconds left here. He's going to have to hurry.
I don't know if he's going to be able to do it.
4, 3,
it's all gone in the last few minutes.
1. The Battie's gone. The Battie's gone.
He's done it.
With literally hundreds of a second left, Dominic has done the challenge. Well done, Dominic. Now, Dominic, you kept us guessing right to the very end. That must be one of the closest challenges we've had on Gamesmaster. It looked as if it was touch and go at the end there.
Yeah, well, that's my best ever time.
All right, well, Dominic, in addition to your splendid shell suit bottoms, you also go home tonight with the golden Gamesmaster joystick. As another challenger scales the dizzy heights of climactic ecstasy, we calm ourselves down just a tad to consider the offerings in this week's reviews. This week we get our knees dirty and our limbs bruised as we look at sports games. First up on the Mega Drive, Muhammad Ali heavyweight boxing. Choose the greatest himself or 9 other fat blokes in a quest for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Boxing is a very difficult sport to simulate, and this game shows it. The graphics are quite nice, although the animation is a bit naff.
There is very little variety of opponents, and you just tap away, really, boxing away. It's about as much fun to play with as a box of used tissues.
The graphics are rubbish, the controls are uncontrollable, and the sound's quite awful. It's just avoid it like the plague.
Who's the heavyweight champion of the world?
Next up, Jimmy Connors tennis. 3 tournaments, 3 surfaces, 3 skill levels, and with the soon-to-be-released adapter, 4-player forehand action beckons.
The control method is more difficult than Super Tennis. There are more shots and fancy serves to be catered for. It really adds nothing to the gameplay, though.
Initially, it's really hard to get into, but once you've mastered the moves, Jimmy Connors is really an excellent tennis simulation.
Looks alright, sounds alright, but if you've already got Super Tennis, forget it. It dumps on it from a great height.
Next up, front page sports football on the PC. Masses of stats and a play design option make this a somewhat cultured older brother to the likes of John Madden.
With all these statistics, it does add depth to the game. So you may be playing it longer than you'd be playing John Madden's, but it's nowhere near as playable as John Madden's. There again, nothing is.
If you're into the games, but into more the strategy side and the tactics, this is definitely worth getting hold of.
Finally tonight, if you want to know more about the show, you can join the Gamesmaster Club. We'll give you the details at the end of the programme. Some more mouth-watering morsels for you all to feast upon. Now, as I wind my way through the bowels of the rig to meet tonight's celebrity, let's find out what challenge they'll be facing.
I always feel like a gnat after 2 helpings of Auntie Mauritius octopus crumble. And my next challenge, a drowsy traip through Sleepwalker, doesn't help any. The evening's second contestant will need to control a plucky young pup called Ralph, whose mission is to dutifully protect Lee, his sleepwalking master, from danger. For ultimate success, the zoo level of the game needs to be negotiated without disturbing Lee's slumber. Oh well, time for 40 winks, methinks.
For our special comic relief challenge, we are blessed with the presence of a comic legend. Please welcome the High Priest of Light Entertainment, Vic Reeves. Shaky steps there.
I am terrified of coming down the steps of that height.
Listen.
What a pleasure it is to stand in front of such a marvellous array of dials in one small area.
Well, we like to put the boat out for our special guest, Vic.
Which is your particular dial? Have you got
I think, well, this is a particular favourite of mine. Here. What do you think?
The vacuum?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your favourite at a first glance?
I'm going for the steam flow.
The steam flow one. All right, now, Vic, if we, on a more serious note, right, what is Gamesmaster doing for Big Red Nose Day?
Well, now then, Comic Relief has presented this in conjunction with Ocean Software, I believe, and it's called Sleepwalker, and it's, well, if everyone buys it, £500,000 go to UK and African charity.
By my side is a commentator of biblical proportions, Stephen Sodom and Gomorrah. Welcome, Stephen.
That's very kind of you, Dominic. It's nice to be back.
All right, now, Steve, any tips for Vic on this?
Well, it's a game about forward thinking, really. You may have got to lead the character here across one obstacle, but there's always another one just around the corner.
OK, let's hope Vic employs a little bit of forward thinking. What he has to do is guide the young wee boy out of the level. Vic, are you ready?
Apparently.
The best of luck, then. Off you go.
Here we go, then.
Okay, so here goes Vic. He's actually controlling the dog here.
That's right, the dog's called Rover, and he's got to help him get past all these obstacles. Now, the first one are these electrifying eels, which
and shoved him safely past that.
Very well done indeed.
Boot him up the tree.
Now, boot him again.
Another kick. Vic's
played.
a dab hand at this.
Now, he's got to push him through this next obstacle.
Oh, he's kicked him again.
I don't quite see the logic of that, but there we go.
Let's see if Vic can do it this time. Okay, he's
probably learns from his mistake there.
Now he's going to
Here we go. Push him through. That's it.
Nice one.
Now hit the snake, otherwise Lee's going to get hit
the snake. That's it, now get the boy,
now,
push him back, push
now,
the boy back.
The monkey will push him back.
Pushed him back this
now
time.
Through. Oh, no!
Snake just got alive again.
Came back to life just...
Now hit him, Vic. Oops, the kid's gone.
Oh, no.
He's been trapped.
That's all right, Rover's actually invincible. It's Lee he's got to worry about, as you can see from the top of the screen.
Oh, well, he's actually lured the snake there. Very unselfish piece of play there by Vic.
Pushing Lee against the wall, so the lift will take them both up to the next level.
Okay,
there we go.
Now we've got the next obstacle. There's a little hammer thing there.
That's right, now this bridge collapses. Oh, no. Rover had to bridge that gap there.
Oh, no, it means the little boy's going to want it.
Lee's going to fall back through.
Get the snake, Vic, get the snake!
As you can see from the top of the screen there's a drowsiness meter for Lee. As soon as that gets to 0, Lee will wake up. That's it! Well played, very well timed. Okay, here we go.
Now, how can he get the boy through here?
Okay, now he's got to hold himself between the two.
Oh,
that's it.
Smart piece of play.
Yeah.
Well done, Mr. Reeves.
Very heroic. Okay, now this elephant, he's got to hit the trunk of the elephant to stop the spurts of water.
It's tied in a little
very
knot
well
here.
done. Now, Lee will jump onto the back. Rover's got to kick him onto the back of the giraffe.
Okay.
Now the giraffe will catapult him up to the next bit.
No, big choice.
He's going something now. He's got to hit the hedgehog.
Hit the hedgehog.
I don't think Sagal will like that one. Here we go.
He's got to kick him over here. No, he's falling right back down. Don't let him fall over the bridge, Vic. Oh, no, Vic's trapped. Is Lee going to get through? No, Lee's been back.
Okay, push him through now. That's it. Yes. Okay,
now he's back in the elevator.
Right.
Now we've got this bridge bit, Steve.
He's got to bridge the gap again.
Okay, he's dangling away there. Now, what's next? We've got the elephant.
We've got the elephant. The elephant's trunk will already be knotted.
Right, that stays knotted.
Yes.
So he's got to get past the elephant's trunk, which he's just doing now.
Okay, now...
And then up on the back of the giraffe.
That's right. Now the giraffe's neck will catapult Lee up onto the next floor. That's it.
Now Rover's got to jump up as well.
Oh, no.
Rover's got to get the hedgehog, otherwise it could be curtains for Lee.
No, the hedgehog will have gone now.
Vic.
That's right.
Oh, no. The hedgehog got him, which means little Lee has woken up, and sadly Vic's challenge is over. Bad luck, sir. It was very poor.
It was very poor indeed. And I can only apologise to the little boy in his toga and return to my Kaplunk and Airfix kit.
Listen, Vic, what was the problem with the snakes there?
I've always feared snakes. Anybody who breathes through the tongue.
Like that?
Anybody like that. There's got something wrong with them.
Well, listen, Vic. Unfortunately, we know it's Red Nose Day's coming up on the 12th of March.
Yes.
I'm not actually sure if you'll be there to witness it.
I should think I probably will be.
Well, unfortunately, the challenge was a bit dismal. So what we do in circumstances like these is refer to Gamesmaster to see if he's going to allow you to actually leave the rig. So could you excuse me for a second?
If that's what you must do, yes.
Okay, let's go over to Gamesmaster.
Oh, I've been looking forward to this one. Down to the pit, you social misfit.
I'm sorry about that, Mr. Reeves. Gamesmaster has spoken.
Well, what a slow and yet predicted verdict. Well, I'll tell you what, my ombudsman's going to hear about this.
I'm terrified.
Unlikely.
It's nothing to do with me, Mr. Reeves. I hope you understand that.
You are devoted program. Neptune's a personal friend of mine.
All right. Well, while we mourn the tragic loss of Vic Reeves' light entertainer, on a somewhat happier note, it's time to go over to this week's Consultation Zone.
Hello, Gamesmaster.
Welcome up to the consultation area. And of just how may I be of assistance?
I keep dying on Captain Dynamo. Is there any way you can help me?
Play the game until you've gained enough points to get on the high score table. But instead of entering your name, type in the words Purple Rain and press return. Now, not